Okay, you see that? As you can see, that tree is now completely bare. It wasn't back in October, but it is now. As you can see here, you see the tree is sort of bending to the wind. Basically what we've got here going here, as you can see right across the street, is dark, ominous looking clouds and heavy wind, probably at around 30 to 50 miles an hour. 30 miles an hour is what I'm guessing. And I can tell there's water down here on the grass or the sidewalk. It's from an atmospheric river that you see out here. Basically, this gray ominous clouds that you see is part of an atmospheric river that, for those of you who don't know this, it's a plume of moisture that comes out of the South Pacific, and they're called atmospheric rivers. If they come out of Hawaii, they're typically referred to as Pineapple Express storms. Typically, we get several of these a year, between 12 and 30 of these a year. And they tend to come in the fall and through winter. Fall typically meaning October through about March. And the major windstorm that blew through back in 1962 on Columbus Day happened in the fall. And it was very, very heavy winds, upwards of 100 miles an hour, if I'm not mistaken, were recorded that day. And there was widespread damage from about the Willamette Valley north to about BC that day. And like I say, we typically get these a year, several of these a year. As you can see, the sign there is looking like it's about to fall over at some point. The one across the street did fall over and they had to repost it. But basically, it's a trough of water that comes out of the South Pacific and blows right into the West Coast. It can be anywhere from Northern California all the way to British Columbia, and right now it's right at the state, literally, and it's coming out of actually Baja California, which also means, until the front passes through, warm temperatures as well, which means typically we can rise up to about 60 to 65 degrees depending on the where it's coming from. And you can see leaves blowing everywhere and what have you. But this is what they call an atmospheric river. Right now we're in between showers, but we're supposed to get showers coming in mid to late morning, and then a cold front's supposed to come through, and the cold front will bring temperatures down into the 40s for the next several days. So they're recommending people with high-profile vehicles like box trucks and what have you drive carefully in this stuff. And this, like I said, this is very, very typical of what we typically get many years. And this year we're into a rebound of La Nina, which is cooler and wetter than normal. And we've had a lot of rain in the last several days, the last 4 days in fact, and it's been like this off and on for the past few weeks since late October. So we definitely are in the rainy season now for certain. There's no doubt about that. Anyhow, yeah, I just wanted to show this and share this with you all, because this is pretty typical, pretty common around here, and this is one of the reasons why I am an advocate of warmer toned light bulbs and colors in a home. It compensates for the fact that it's very gray, it's very cold, and it's very dreary, much for 9 months out of the year, 6 to 9 months. Anyhow, I wanted to show this and get back in before it decides to rain. So, yep, windy, windy, windy. As you can probably see, I've got a deck hat on my mic to try to mitigate some of the wind noise. Anyhow, that's that, and we'll see how the rest of the day goes. All right, just wanted to give you a quick show. Since this morning, it did start raining, and it poured down for about an hour and a half, and it's looking like it's clearing out for the moment. And it's, I think, noticing that it might be cooling down already, but as you can see, the wind is still blowing, and everything is still very wet. Anyhow, yes, very much so, and you can see the clouds are kind of pushing to the east, but in the meantime, it's not raining at the moment. It's just cleared out, and yes, like I said, we got rain. We got a good bit of it. I went heading up to the store to take care of some medication, and it began to sprinkle then, so glad I did it when I did. Anyhow, let me see what's up, and I have to go back out a little bit later to pick up the same meds and get what I need for dinner. Good morning. Thought I'd give you a little bit of an update. On Monday, we had heavy winds, and we had rain for about an hour and a half, and then it cleared out and actually was pretty decent the rest of the day. Since then, it's gotten, and during that time, the front came through, and then you can definitely tell it was getting colder. Because by the end of the day, it was definitely cooler than it was that morning. Now it's Wednesday, and as you can see, frost. We dropped down to, I think, 32 last night, and it's 34 degrees out there now, and it's 7:30, I think. But everything's icy. And as you can see, probably hear it, although you can hear the grass crunching a little bit. Anyhow, this is my car, as you can see, and it's very frosty. And one of the things that they were saying this morning, as you can see on the roofs, white. You can probably see it a little clearer there. Anyhow, is the potential for black ice. And that's because it's because the air is still very, very saturated, and the ground's very saturated. Black ice and just general ice and frost with possible fog in places has caused all kinds of problems And if you don't know what black ice is, it's a thin layer of ice crystals that you don't really see, but it's a thin layer of ice crystals. You might be able to see a little bit right here. Not really, but you don't really see it, but you know it's there because your car will start to slide in the dirt and on the pavement. So that is black ice, and I can give you a better definition of that when I get inside, but that's basically what it is. You don't really see it, but it's there, and you'll be slipping and sliding. But in any case, we get black ice around here in the wintertime, and I don't know if it's common elsewhere, but definitely here, and it's not every night, but it's usually caused um, by the weather conditions that bring it on. Anyhow, it's very cold, and I'm going to get back inside here. But just wanted to show that it's definitely getting cold. We're probably not going to get out of the 40s today. Mid 40s maybe, mid to upper 40s at best. So anyhow, that's what a few days difference will make. So if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button, and if you want to subscribe, please hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified. It'll do this channel a world of good, and I'll see you on the next one.